Hey everyone, welcome back to one of my videos. Today we are working on a cosplay weapon prop question mark. We're gonna do Hermes staff. So this is going to include a few things. Not all of them are on this list. We need a PVC pipe. We're gonna need some wire, some craft foam, some cardboard, some foam clay. I have a little styrofoam ball to put on top. We're gonna need some aluminum foil to fill in the snake bodies, and some spray paint and glue, which are not on this list, but you know the drill. I found this 3/4 inch PVC pipe laying around in my house, so we're just gonna go ahead and use that. It's the right size, the right height, so I'm just gonna take that, and I have the styrofoam ball that I'm just going to go ahead and push against the pipe, which is going to leave an indent, and then we're just going to glue that to the top of the pipe, and that will be the top of our staff. After that, I'm going to go ahead and take some cardboard, and we're going to flatten that out, and I'm going to draw what I want this wing to look like, and this will be changed several times throughout this video, so if you don't like the first time, remember you can do it again. You can redo it. So to attach these wings, I'm going to take a rectangular piece of cardboard, and we are going to go ahead and kind of curve it inward, and just so it will fit on the pipe a little bit better, because I'm going to eventually glue this to the pipe with the wings attached to it. I am gonna go ahead and I'm going to just tape it for now. I'm gonna tape that cardboard to the pipe just because I do not want to commit just yet, and we'll do that later. For now, I am going to go ahead and mark where these wings are going to settle on this rectangular piece. Once we have those marked, I'm going to use an X-Acto knife or some scissors and cut the slits where those are supposed to go, so that way the wings can fit inside of them, and we're going to leave just a little bit of the wings peeking out on the inside, so that way we can go ahead and glue that fold down and they'll be secure against the pipe. I'm gonna go ahead and tape that as well on top. You could use foam or craft foam, but that's going to be a little thick, and then it's going to change the way that it sits on the pipe, so just make sure you account for that if you're gonna put something thicker on the inside. Now we get to move on to the fun part. The snakes that wrap around the pipe. I would suggest getting somebody's help, because I did this and it took forever and I had to keep taping it and that wasn't working. So I would suggest, if you don't want to lose your mind, to get a friend to help or somebody to help you hold these snakes down, so that way when you're wrapping them, they're not bending back and forth while you're trying to get the next loop, because it's very annoying. And now that that nightmare is over, I just used hot glue and some tape to hold them down because we're gonna put some clay foam over them later, so you're not gonna see all that. For now, this is what we've got going. It's looking a little rough, but we're getting there, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and use aluminum foil or aluminium foil. I feel like I said both of those wrong. You know what I mean. We're taking this stuff and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it around the snakes to fill the body, so that way we're not using a whole bunch of clay foam to make the body so proportioned, so thick, so whatever. But we're gonna use that to fill in the space. Now, because I need a break from that, we're gonna move on to the wings, which is going to be just as time consuming because I'm going to take a bunch of craft foam and we're going to cut different versions of this out, but it's all the same. They look like little leaves, and we're going to cut individual feathers into them, little slices, so that way it looks like a feather. This is what the main one will look like, and we're going to need to do a front and a back and a left and a right. And so I think I did 2 feathers each side, and this is what it's going to look like whenever I lay them all on top of each other. So that'll be nice. I think it'll look cute, but these are the wrong color, so gotta paint them white. This is what they look like with just the craft foam, but though this is nice, I would like to add some real feathers. Or fake real feathers? You know, these things. I have 2 different kinds. We have a very flowy, wispy feather, and then more of like a dense feather. So I'm gonna layer those on top of our wings, and we're just gonna glue them down with some hot glue. And now that those are done, and definitely didn't take me way longer than I thought they would, we're gonna sit down for the next 2 to 4 hours and sculpt some snakes. This is time consuming. I suggest just taking a bunch of clay. I squished mine down into long ropes and laid them onto the snakes, and just kind of get the clay on there first. And then I would suggest using some water to smooth the area down so we can get a smooth surface, or as close to it as we can do in 4 hours. And now that that is over, we are looking pretty good. This is a good silhouette. I like where we're going with this. Except there's one thing that is on my mind, and that is that we still have to commit and go ahead and remove the tape from the wings and actually glue them to the pipe. I want to go ahead and add a little detail. I think that I'm going to take some craft foam and cut a tiny trim little rectangle that I will wrap around near the top to give it this little detail that might be nice to the eye. And then I'm also not liking that the cardboard looks like cardboard, so I'm gonna cut out some rectangles to lay on the front of the feathers and glue those down, and then we will be done for the most part. This is what we're working with, and I'm good. I like the details, so we're going to take this to the spray paint area. I'm going to cover the wings with some bags and tape them down. And first, because I want everything to be an even coat, we're going to use some clear spray. So that way, because there's a bunch of different textures on here, and I just want the gold spray paint to have a good base. So after the clear, we're going to go ahead and spray paint the whole thing gold. This took a few coats because of the letters on the back, but we got there in the end, and this is what we have. It turned out pretty well. I'm very happy with it, and that is how we made my Hermes staff. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you later. Bye.